All right, good morning. Good afternoon, I should say, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're very excited to have our virtual webinar today, and we're very excited to honor Congressman Brindisi, who is here with us. We have a representative from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Steve McAllister. He is the Executive Director of Eastern Region for the U.S. Chamber, and he's going to jump on with us. Steve, are you with us? Oh, go ahead and unmute, Steve.
All right, there we go. A little slow.
Hi, welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us. Commerce Chenango is a member of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and we're very proud to support what they do for chambers of commerce and business all over the country. So we were very honored to ask to be a part of this today. And of course, Congressman Brindisi represents us and here in Chenango County. So Steve, I will let you go ahead and take it over for now.
Great. Thank you so much, Carrie. I really appreciate you allowing me to join your meeting today. I wanted to come here and just take a few minutes and thank your Congressman, Anthony Brindisi, for the votes that he is doing. He is delivering for his district and for your members. So I wanted to come here and personally thank him. I'd like to do it in person, and hopefully soon I will be able to come up and deliver. So each year, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce has an annual scorecard. And with this scorecard, we let every member of Congress know these are the votes that are important to our members. Now, we have over 3 million members across the country and across the world of all business sizes, all business sectors, all different regions. And these are our priorities. So it's really important for us to highlight the members that are doing the good work, the important work for the business community. And your Congressman has been leading the way on this. Not only did he win our Spirit of Enterprise Award, but he has also won our Leadership Award and our Bipartisanship Award. And he has a 97% bipartisan score, which is one of the top scores in the entire Congress, both the House and the Senate. So I really want to highlight that. These are very important bills that he has been a leader on. I want to highlight just a few. The big one that was a top priority was USMCA. Not only did he support that, but he was a leader. He helped build the path so we could get a vote. It's a lot easier when you know the votes are there and the roll call is coming to just jump on the moving train at the end. But your Congressman was pushing this forward from the very beginning because he knew how important it was to upstate New York, to your district, to your members. And we are very pleased that we were able to get this huge legislation passed, which is bringing millions of Americans jobs throughout this process. He also has been a leader on issues like healthcare. He voted to end the Cadillac tax, to repeal this Cadillac tax. This was a 40% excise tax on your robust employer-provided health care plans. So what this could have done, if this was implemented, was when your cities and towns, when they come up to an agreements with their unions, with their healthcare providers, they usually have 3-year deals, 4-year deals. All of a sudden in year 2, this could jump up 40% if this Cadillac tax was not repealed. But he made sure that it's permanently repealed and it's not coming back. So I thank him for that. Also on the healthcare front, he has voted to protect the medical devices. Right now, there would be a tax on medical devices. Any type of medical device, a splint for heart monitors, anything that you are doing, there would be a 2.3% tax on all these medical devices. He is voting to stop that. That is a vote for innovation. We want people to innovate, to build these things that make people healthy, keep people alive. And this is an exact time when we need that type of leadership. So I want to thank the Congressman. Hopefully soon I will be able to get you your actual trophy, but I do have a spoiler alert. I can show you a dummy trophy. Your trophy is actually being quarantined at the U.S. Chamber headquarters right now, so we can't really get to it right here. But here is what it's going to look like, a dummy trophy. It will have your name on the end, so your actual trophy, and it'll have the right year for Congress, but this was the one for last year. So I just wanted to show you and virtually present you and thank you for all your great work on behalf of the business community. Thank you very much, Congressman.
Congressman Brindisi, thank you. This is amazing. It's a really nice trophy. We're excited. Glad to hear all the great work you've been doing. Do you have any comments you'd like to make about the award?
To unmute me. There, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was hitting the unmute button, but it wasn't working. Well, first, Steve, thank you. It's great to see you. I can't wait to see you in person again as well, and look forward to receiving that award in person. It's a great honor, and thank you, Carrie, and everyone on the call today for this wonderful honor and for having me here today. You know, I'm so proud to be able to represent Chenango County in Congress, and I am just grateful to have opportunities like this to really hear directly from local business owners and community leaders about ways that we can all work together to get things done. You know, receiving the Spirit of Enterprise Award is an incredible honor, and it's a real commitment to bipartisanship, to innovation, and really to getting things done for the folks here across New York's 22nd district. But getting things done is just our way of life here. I always say people in Washington can learn a lot from us here in upstate New York, because when times are tough, we come together, we compromise, and we get things done. We help each other, and we need that kind of spirit down in Washington as well. It's really one of the things that sets our region apart from other parts of the country, and it's really that commitment to getting the job done. Whether it's passing legislation, whether it's USMCA and better trade deals with our trading partners, whether it's providing crucial relief to our farmers and our small businesses during the pandemic, I've really tried to make it my mission to bring that New York 22 work ethic to every meeting, every committee hearing, and every vote that we take on the House floor. And that strategy has really paid off. I've been very fortunate to get the president to sign 4 of my bills into law on issues that are important to our veterans, issues that are important to older Americans, issues that are important to our farmers, as well as people who are living in rural areas. And I always say, I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican, if we can work together to solve problems and make a difference for our communities, then I'm up for the challenge. And that's how we get results for Chenango County, and that's how we get results for our country. As the pandemic continues to rear its ugly head in our region, I'm working every day to try and get our small businesses the relief that they need to stay afloat and really reopen our region and our state safely and responsibly. You know, back in March, when this virus really hit home, we went to work down in Congress, and we were able to establish the Paycheck Protection Program. So small businesses like those that are on the call today could keep the lights on, keep employees on the payroll, and really get through this public health crisis. And when red tape and bureaucracy got in the way, we passed the Paycheck Protection Program Flexibility Act. And to date, the Paycheck Protection Program has saved nearly 100,000 jobs here in the 22nd Congressional District, and has given more than $650 million in loans to our small businesses. And that's what happens when both parties put politics aside and get the job done. There is something to be said about how we've all worked together in this region and this county during this crisis. And as many regions are dealing with the brutal COVID resurgences that we're seeing, we've been very fortunate to work together and really strive for a sense of normalcy. And that really is a testament to all the people on this call who have been working day and night since back in March, when we really had to hunker down and fight this public health crisis. And I think it's really the result of a lot of selflessness, a lot of cooperation, and work like organizations like Commerce Chenango, who have been really bringing people together and getting information out there and helping small businesses weather this storm. I always tell folks, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican first, I'm an American first. And we need to make sure that we're doing that and we have that mindset going forward here as times get tough. And I'll continue to work with Commerce Chenango and the U.S. Chamber, and I know that you guys are doing great things for the community. I'm just glad to be a partner to you and offer any assistance that I can have to offer. And please always feel free to call on us.
Thank you very much, Congressman. Your office has always been very receptive to whenever we have a question or a need, or one of our businesses or members need some support. And I know many on the call today, were able to use some of those SBA funds and PPP funds, and so it went a long way to help our community. So thank you very much.
You got it. And I want to recognize Faith Vavra too, who's on the call. She's she's my deputy person here in the district, really out there. And when I took office, I said, I want you to spend as much time in Chenango County as possible to really be able to be a liaison between the businesses there and the folks in the community in our office. And Faith, shout out to you.
She does spend a lot of time here. We appreciate, of course, always. So, Steve, before you're welcome to stay. Do you have anything else from the U.S. Chamber you'd like to say before we move on to the question portion of today?
No, I'm interested in learning about what's going on and hearing the position from the Congressman. So thank you again, and congratulations again, and thank you for your great work.
Great, thank you. Congratulations. I'm going to go go ahead and mute you. Steve, so, all right, Congressman. So we sent out an email to everyone who registered, and we actually had quite a few questions come through. I won't make this too awfully long or painful for you. So if you don't mind, we'll go ahead and just answer some of the questions. And to those of you who did not submit your questions already, feel free to email me or put them in the chat window. If we don't get to them, I will send them to his office, and we will get answers back to you as soon as we can. So we'll try to hit on a few of these as long as you have time, Congressman.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So the first question was, you've co-sponsored a lot of bills that the U.S. Chamber endorsed, which Steve talked about a little bit before. Is there one in particular that you are either most proud of or you feel is going to be most effective for small businesses?
It's a good question. I have really probably the one that that I sponsored and that ultimately got signed into law by the president was the repeal of this health insurance tax. And a lot of folks didn't really know about this, but it would have impacted about 150 million Americans. So if you get your health insurance through your employer, or if you're a senior on a Medicare Advantage plan, at the beginning of 2020, you would have seen your rates rise due to a health insurance tax that was set to go into effect. That's something that we just can't see here across our region or anywhere in the country. We need to keep healthcare costs low. Many folks are struggling with healthcare costs. Many businesses struggle with healthcare costs, and they didn't need this added tax on top of what they were already paying. So, I worked pretty closely with the chamber. Chamber was super supportive of this, and we went to bat and were able to get our bill, which was a bipartisan bill, included in the end of last year in part of the spending deal. So, that's something that a lot of people didn't realize. It doesn't get a lot of attention, but certainly when you talk about health insurance and one of the leading costs that affect our businesses here in Chenango County, we didn't want to see another added tax put on top of what they're already paying.
Thank you for your work on that. Yes, I think it's something that people will appreciate once they realize what that savings will be for them and their businesses. So thank you for your work on that. That's great. The next question I have is, people are starting to leave downstate and metropolitan areas for smaller towns and communities. So what ideas do you have that might help encourage people to move to our area so we can capitalize on this trend?
Well, I think that's a great question. And I think a lot of it comes down to really just marketing ourselves and all the things that we have to offer here. And that's something that my office can help do and partner with organizations to be able to show all the things that we have to offer in Chenango County. It's a great place to raise a family. It's the reason I moved back to this area after law school is because I wanted to be able to raise my family here and have family close by. And I think the safety and the security of living in places like upstate New York offer a nice alternative to people who are living in maybe larger metropolitan areas. And I think the one thing that we can really capitalize on now that a lot of businesses are allowing people to work from home, is being able to tell folks that, hey, you can live in a very beautiful community with good schools, great neighborhoods, and you can be able to work from home, and you're still within just a couple hours of major metropolitan areas like New York City or other points in the Northeast here. So I think a lot of it comes down to marketing, and I think organizations like Commerce Chenango are really at the forefront of that, telling the story of all the great things that we have to offer here. I'll say the one thing that we need to do more of from a federal perspective, and something that I've been really working on, is the issue of rural broadband and getting better high-speed internet coverage as well as cell coverage throughout Chenango County, because that could be one barrier to people who may be looking to move to upstate New York. They're going to look at, well, if I'm going to be doing distance learning, or if I'm going to be working from home, we got to make sure that the internet coverage is sound. So I have lots of plans on that, and have done a lot in the last year, really to really better map where the gaps in coverage are, so we can go after those federal dollars to get better internet service in Chenango County.
And thank you. I know recently you released a study about your broadband survey, and some of us on the call today are actually part of a regional effort about broadband, and Faith from your office sits on that committee, and that's something that we're all really focused on. So thank you. That was one of the questions. I can check. That was all that.
I can go into more detail on that too. So
yeah, is there anything else about the broadband initiative, since that was a question? The question was, what are you doing to help businesses and community members who need broadband? So
I think the first step, one of the big problems that the FCC has had is they just don't have good maps as to where the gaps in coverage are. So when they're spending dollars at the federal level, they really have no idea if it's going to the places that need it the most. If you look at a map of Chenango County or even New York State, you would think everyone is served by high-speed internet. Fact of the matter is, the way that the FCC measures it right now is that if one home in a 1,000-home census tract has high-speed internet, then they consider the entire census tract to have high-speed internet. And we know we can pinpoint down to streets in Chenango County where we know that the gaps in coverage are. And the first thing that one of the things that I did, not waiting for the FCC really to update their maps, is we took on this initiative to really have a better mapping system of the district. So we spent about 9 months doing this. We mapped out the whole district. We got about 1,000 responses from people. We had about 120,000 people come onto our website and take a speed test, so they knew what their internet speeds were at home. And now we have this comprehensive report that we can give to FCC and say, hey, here's where the true gaps in coverage are. Here's where the slowest internet speeds are. So when we go after those federal dollars, whether it's Chenango County or other municipalities or smaller internet providers or even rural electric co-ops, we can say this is where the greatest need is. And that's really the first step to getting better broadband coverage.
Great. Wonderful. Thank you for your continued focus on that, especially now. I know that in the world of online learning for students and people working remotely, it's more critical than it's ever been, and hopefully this helps shed a light on that. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Speaking of students in schools, one of the questions that we received was about funding for schools, and school districts are being told to expect a possible 20% reduction in state aid this year. Many schools are already struggling financially. What can you do, or what is being done to help address this so that our schools and our students don't suffer for this?
Well, what we really need to see is we need another stimulus package at the federal level. And a big piece that I'm pushing for is state and local assistance, as well as direct aid to our school districts. New York State as a whole was hit very hard, although the epicenter was down in New York City. Our county, our cities, our towns, our villages are also experiencing a significant decline in revenue as a result of the pandemic. So I think one of the things that we need to see in the next stimulus package that I'm fighting for is state and local assistance, as well as aid to school districts, to help prevent some of those cuts which are happening, but also provide more funding to our school districts, because now they have a lot of added expenses because they have to conduct distance learning. So they're going out and purchasing laptops and Wi-Fi hotspots and other equipment that's necessary to help conduct distance learning. Some schools are doing in-person instruction, so they have to have all kinds of new sanitizing equipment and cleaning equipment to be able to do that. So it is an added expense for our schools at a time, like you said, when we're seeing dwindling aid coming from the state of New York. So, leaders on both sides really got to come together in Washington right now and get another stimulus package passed. I've been working with a bipartisan group in the House, not waiting for leadership in the House and Senate and the White House to come together. A bunch of us have been talking about where we can find some compromise, and we're trying to get a bunch of rank and file members behind a plan where we can just say, here, we've got 20 or 30, whatever it may be, 40, 50 Democrats and Republicans behind one plan here. This is what we should be doing. So that's what I'm pushing for now.
And if you have one more question, is what do you feel is the biggest challenge facing Chenango County right now?
Sorry, actually I muted myself there. Well, I think there's a number of challenges. It's hard to pinpoint just one. I would say that we have fought back around difficult times in Chenango County and across the district over the years. We've lost a lot of manufacturing over the years, but I think there's a lot of opportunity that can happen as a result of this pandemic. And there's a lot of things that we have to do differently as a country to be able to better respond to national emergencies. One of those things is to be able to make more of the equipment and supplies that are necessary during a national emergency here in our country. We have a proud manufacturing tradition in Chenango County. I think we can do even more. I think if we can get more of our federal agencies to purchase supplies and goods that are produced in this country would help places like Chenango County, where we can do the manufacturing and really capitalize on some of the economic issues that the county has had and the region has had over the years. There's a lot of good jobs. I would say number one is always jobs in the economy, and there's a lot of jobs that can be created if we start doing more manufacturing in this country right now.
Thank you. And, we're always happy to support any of those initiatives. Manufacturing is one of the, keys of what we do here in Chenango County. And I agree. I think there's a lot more we can do. So thank you. If anybody else had submitted a question, we'll go ahead and get them to his office, and feel free to send me even after this. Congressman, if you would like to stay, we just have a few updates about Commerce Chenango I'd like to share.
Yeah,
I know you're very busy, so. So I'm going to go back and do this again. All right. So thank you. Congratulations once again, Congressman, and thank you for taking the time to be with us. We are very proud to have you represent our area. We're proud of what you've done with the U.S. Chamber, and thank you for all of your good work for Chenango County. Just a few updates from us. Well, we've been a little busy around here at Commerce Chenango. Just a few things I want to update you on. First of all, those nice pictures with the big checks. We've had a very active loan program over the last few months. We've been able to give some money to local businesses here in Chenango County to support their projects and initiatives and increase economic revenue for the community. We recently did a check presentation to the Sherwood Group. They're going to be reopening the Sherwood Hotel and Restaurant in Green. Mike LaCroche and Hunter Stevens are in charge with that. Mike currently owns Wild Owl here in Norwich, so we're very excited to see what they're going to be doing for that. This is going to be a great boost to Green, to access for overnight accommodations, restaurant. We're very excited to have them. So, and they actually just joined Commerce Chenango as well, so we welcome to our family. We also gave a loan to Beers Rental right here, right around the corner from us. Owner Melissa Beers owns Beers Rentals LLC, and she owns a building right here on Broad Street. And we were able to give her some funds to help with the continued build out of that building, including additional rental upstairs for young professionals or people needing some place to stay here in Norwich. And we also help support Grateful Bread, which is a new food truck initiative that hopefully we'll be seeing, I don't think this fall, but maybe early spring. I told them they could park right out back here. I'd be happy to support their food truck business. So we're very excited to see that initiative come forward too. So funding, we're very happy to see this economic development continue to grow here in Chenango County, despite everything we've dealt with this year with COVID-19. People ask me how I feel things are going, and I'm a positive person, but I feel like it's just been positive overwhelming. Businesses are coming together, they're supporting each other. We've had an increase in membership. I mean, I think these are all wonderful things, and I'm just very happy and proud to continue serving Chenango County in this way and to see all the positivity around us. On that note, I'd like to welcome Joanna Cacciola. She started here with us last week. Joanna is our new Economic Development Assistant and Grant Writer. She'll be working closely with me on economic development initiatives for the county. She'll also be writing grants for us and for other organizations that lack a grant writer. We're going to continue to grow that program, and we're very happy to welcome her to the Commerce Chenango team. As Congressman Brindisi noted earlier, we're on part of the committee that's working on the broadband initiative for Chenango County. It's a regional effort. It's Chenango County together with Broome, Delaware, and Cortland. We're doing this as a group, as a united front, to try to get the attention about the lack of broadband throughout the county, and hopefully doing it as a team and as a united front. It'll help us, and Southern Tier 8 is leading that charge, with Shane Butler actually chairing that committee. I've been working closely with the Southern Tier Regional Economic Development Council on very exciting stuff. We're revising our strategic plan due to there not being a competitive consolidated funding application this year. We're taking our time and our resources to look at improving our plan for the Southern Tier. So I'm working closely with the Advanced Manufacturing Work Group and a brand new work group about tourism and business development. We're looking to update our strategic plan and offer feedback back to the state here in the next couple of weeks. So I'm very excited that the Southern Tier is taking this time to regroup and say, okay, what do we need? What did COVID do to our community? What did it do to our businesses? How can we help? So I'm very excited to be a part of that. We have been very busy with tourism initiatives here at Commerce. Megan Brennan is our Office Administrative Assistant, and she has been doing wonderful things with video creation. We've offered quite a few videos now to show the highlights around the county. We've been sharing them on our Facebook page. We have our YouTube link, and we've been promoting, we're here. When you're ready, we're here for you. We're waiting for you. We're a safe place to go. We're a safe place to travel to, hiking, fishing, boating, outdoor, anything outdoors you'd want to do pretty much, you could do it here in Chenango County. So we're continuing to spread that message, and hopefully in light of people staying close to home this year, this summer, into the fall, we're hoping to be able to capture some of that tourism here in Chenango. Continuing to work with the Southern Tier Control Room as well. I serve on that group as a proxy for Chairman Wilcox. We meet a few times a week and talk about what's happening with the state. Right now, we're helping make our way through the state guidance and the SED guidance regarding school opening, youth sports, and still helping to answer questions from businesses about what they can and can't do, what the social distancing guidelines are like. It's been really wonderful for Commerce Chenango to have a seat at that table, and we're happy to be able to work closely with our Department of Health and Emergency Services here in Chenango County. And coming up in just a couple of weeks, it seems impossible, but Chamber Week will be here the week of September 7th. And in honor of Chamber Week, we're going to be doing a series of ribbon cutting drive-ins. We have quite a few planned throughout that week. We're going to be stopping in at various businesses that have either remodeled or opened over the last 5 or 6 months who weren't able to do a traditional ribbon cutting. They will be socially distanced with masks, but we're going to show up, we're going to cut the ribbon, take a picture, and throughout the week we'll be sharing all of the ribbon cuttings from that week. So a lot of stuff is happening here at Commerce Chenango. It's been an exciting time. We have some events, yay! We haven't had an event forever. So some upcoming events I just want to tell you about. Our Sofa Soiree is going to be Thursday, September 10th. That is during Chamber Week. It's going to be streamed live through Zoom, and thank you to MBT Bank for being our main sponsor and Preferred Mutual for being our award sponsor. During that event, we'll be giving all of our most of our awards, I should say, that we took nominations and elections for earlier in the year. We're going to be talking about some great changes and things happening here at Commerce Chenango, and we're excited to give our awards out live. Be looking for more information in the press release on award nominees and who our finalists are. That'll be coming out soon. We are still doing our 5K. The last few years we've done a 5K challenge. Normally we do this in person at Versailles State Park, but we are doing a virtual 5K. So it's run, walk, bike wherever you are. Bring Chenango to you, find a great spot in Chenango County, check out one of our state parks, one of our walking trails, or even if you're outside the county, please take part. You get a long sleeve t-shirt, which is always worth it, but you have a week to do this, September 20th to the 27th. We are taking registrations for that now. We're asking that people register online. record what they're doing, send us some photos, let us know what they're doing throughout that week, and it's just a fun way to continue this healthy challenge, run, walk, or bike wherever you are for our 5K challenge. And coming up in October, we are still planning to hold our legislative breakfast. This is going to be on October 15th. We're holding it at the Silo Restaurant. This is a hybrid event. Due to restrictions, we are only allowed 50 people in person. So it's limited seating, but we are also offering a virtual ticket. So if you are not comfortable coming in person, or if we sell out of tickets, we are going to be streaming live. Congressman Brindisi is on the list of elected officials who will be joining us, as well as Senator Akshar, Assemblyman Crouch, I just made a Congressman, Assemblyman Crouch will be there. We also have a representative from the NFIB who will be there, and we are just finalizing the rest of our guest list. But those are our confirmed guests at this moment. We are reaching out to all of them. We invite them to come speak about the issues facing Chenango County, and of course, you know, who doesn't enjoy breakfast at the Silo. So if you're interested in attending that, please contact our office to register, and either you can purchase a virtual ticket or be there in person. So I just want to thank everybody once again. This has been a wonderful session. I'm very happy to share with you everything we're doing here at Commerce Chenango. It's an exciting time to be a part of this organization. I'm very proud of the work that we've done over the last 6 months through COVID, and for the coming months, it's going to be a great time to be a part of our organization. So thank you. Super thank you to our staff too. We wouldn't be able to do any of this without them and their teamwork. It's such a such a great group here and such a great team. I just want to thank all of them for their support. And to all of you. So thank you for joining us. Thank you again, and congratulations to Congressman Brindisi. We appreciate all the work that you do for us. So thank you very much.